Ladies and gentlemen, I just would speak just a few words. I'm not a politician, so I don't talk too much. Already, Mr. Alvida has very eloquently spoken about the religious aspect, particularly quoting from the Gita. And that explains what life and death is. But at the same time, the soul actually is not in nothingness. And that has been very beautifully described in one of Tagore's songs. And the entire philosophy of life and death, what is in the Gita, is abridged in this particular song, which starts Jokhon porbe namor par chinho eivate, when my footsteps would not tread this path. And it ends saying, Shokol khelai khelbo khela ei ami, ke bole go shei prabhate nei ami. In all your games, in all your gatherings, I will always be there. Who says I won't be there? And even in what they are trying to find out, the God particle in the Hadron reactor in Switzerland and Italy, which is about 17 miles, they found the God particle. But then one of the leading physicists of common time, Dr. Stephen Hawking, he states he's still disappointed that they have not found out about the nothingness of the creation of the world, universe and the disappearance of the universe. He says, just as the soul is nothingness, everything, whatever it may take a shape in the earth or in the universe, ultimately goes to nothing. I was really surprised to learn from Sandy, actually, that Rubin Khan, who was a contemporary of myself, came to this country around about 1959-60. It was not, here is very funny that it's a coincidence that I was also in Germany doing my graduate studies at that time. And I finished in 61. He was in Texas A&M, and he did his studies and finished there. And as you know, Texas is one of the hottest places in this country. It's about 116 or 17 during the winter time. I mean, in the summer times, not to speak about the winter times, it's also hot. Therefore, when he finished his studies there, it's very significant to note where he took his first job. He took it to the coldest place in this continent. He went to Saskatchewan in Canada. And this is what I was always to tell him. Why did you choose such a cold place when you have been boiling at hot place like Texas? Then he used to say laughingly that I wanted to see the difference. What was the difference? He used to mention that at night, so that the battery of his car would not be dead. He used to fix that battery into a plug and plug it in the wall so that during night time it remains hot. And that's how he did it. But fortunately, he came back to New York and New Jersey. And when I came here in 76, and then I was in Pennsylvania for a few years, we were in Bluebell for some time. And there, somehow, my wife, who is a cousin of hers, and actually her father and Robin's relatives, they all come from Kenduguri near Jobrat. And that was the connection. And that's how we got in touch when we were in Pennsylvania. At which time we became so close, where Sandy and Ricky, both of them, were basically contemporaries of my two sons, Shambhu and Arun or W. They were of the same age, therefore they communicated very well with each other. And every weekend, from 1978 till we came to New Jersey in 1980, we either went to their place in New Jersey or they came to our house in Pennsylvania. That's where we got very close to all of them. And what I noticed with him, whenever we used to come to New Jersey, we always used to sit in their kitchen. And he did all the work in the kitchen. This is what amazed me. And that's where we used to talk, since he was also in the chemistry field, so was I. We used to talk mostly about chemistry. Some of the ladies went to the living room and talked about their lady stuff. Which is nothing but gossip about the Asmis community. That's why we don't want to be involved in that type of thing. But then we were very good. And one thing is very significant, that it was Dr. Khan who actually introduced us to the Asmis community in New Jersey. He was the one who took us the first, Bihu, I believe, which Jugal Das of Long Island, he had arranged for the Bihu celebration, and that was our first Bihu celebration in the United States. That's what I can say. I really miss him very much. All said and done, we were great friends. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, I swear I can. Thank you very much.